Hey guys, I'm so happy today. We are going to do a live lamp demo with the aura analysis, and that we have Juliet Tang here today joining us from Ecuador. So let's get started. It's really simple. And before I start, I want to say something about the aura module. If you don't meditate regularly, or you have not have any coaching done before, or you are just starting to learn, you will find the language in the oral analysis hard to understand. So I always say that for someone who's starting using the oral module, it's just to be gentle with yourself. You don't have to understand everything. Some of the points may resonate with you later, and you will have the opportunity to keep all the scan in your history, so you can look at it like maybe a month later or maybe a few months later. And so just start using it, because the more you do it, the more you'll get better at it in interpreting the results, and you get deeper and deeper in your understanding. So let's get started. It's one of the programs that comes with our Blue app called the Aura Analysis. So when you actually uh, turn on the app, you'll see this home screen. So to get started, Juliet, could you tap on Aura Analysis? Yeah. And then you select your profile. That's your profile there, and it's ready to start. So before we start this, take a couple of deep breaths, relax, and be intentional. And so the universe will find you this amazing device with the quantum sensor. Will find your energy and capture your energy, your frequencies, and analyze and spit out a report. And when you're ready, just tap on Report Aura. Yeah, it's going to connect to your Healy first. Okay, that was done. It's done. That's it. The scan for there are two parts. Okay, there is the first recording your aura. So after you record your aura, you go on the top right. You see a little symbol that looks like a cloud. You can tap on that, and that will generate a report with your aura photo. And then this whole report you can share with your friend or yourself. So on the top right, yeah, you tap on that share button, and you can email it if you're doing to a friend. I always recommend it, so you can email it to yourself, Juliet. And I always recommend people to do it for because sometimes it's actually easier if you do a scan for your husband, your wife, your children, your best friend. You will find it easier to understand. Sometimes it's always easier to look at other people than yourself. So do a few more scans, then you'll get better and better at it, okay? So that's the aura photo, and that gives some basic information about your scan, your scan, and how to interpret the information. Now the second part is the aura analysis, right? And before you start, if you tap on interpretation, that's also give you some explanation about the different chakra. And again, a lot of this information is available online. You can actually look for more information. And but in here, it's a quick way to take a look at what it means by the various chakra. In this case, it's showing that you're very low on the throat chakra. It actually explained to you what it means to be low, to have low energy there, and then what affirmations can help you. So if you scroll down a little bit, it will you can read this later and keep going. And so another one is the root chakra, and so this is an area you can get some more information you can read later. So if you want to go back to the last screen,
to the last screen.
you just tap on the top right, tap on the cross.
Top right on the cross.
It's blocking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you can start the second part, which is the oral analysis. So you tap analysis. Okay. So So a snapshot, you can see the energies of your aura. And I always explain to people, people are so scared when they see this. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong here. Our energy changes from moment to moment to moment. Okay, this is just a snapshot of your energies at this moment. If you do a scan tomorrow and you work on yourself and you read the analysis, you will find the shift almost instantly. So there's nothing wrong here, nothing to be worried about. And and it's almost like a personal growth thing. You can get deeper and deeper in your journey. If you can imagine, like a monk can meditate for a lifetime and still meditating like full time every single day. So so there's no end to it, there's nothing wrong to it. This is just a snapshot. It gives you some reference as to, so that you know how your energy is in the various chakra, how you can get deeper into more insight into what's causing and trying to rebalance and your energies. And one of the goal, you can use it in so many ways, but one of the easy way to do it is to discover where you're in the lowest point, and then raise the vibration in that chakra. So in your case, that you are very low in the throat chakra, we shall find out why with the analysis. And then the second one is the root chakra, and then the heart chakra, and the rest is it's pretty high. And then there's a total. Total is kind of like an overall energy level. It is quite low. And it just to give you a reference, and I wouldn't be getting too worried about the actual number, but you are very high on your crown chakra, fourth chakra, and all the other area, which is really amazing, which is good. Um, so another thing I want to explain to you is a default in selecting the lowest three chakra. You could actually just analyze one chakra. So if you tap on, say, heart chakra, tap on that little blue dot there, the little blue dot. Yeah. So basically, then in this way, you'll be only analyzing two chakra. So you can actually do all seven if you want. So it's very flexible how you want to use it. So you want to just tap back that heart chakra again. Yeah. So basically, the report is going to focus on analyzing your lowest three and to give you insight. So let's get started. So start analysis. Now, before you start analysis, the default focus statement is my aura is strong and stable. Now, I've been using it for 1.5 years, and I just kind of just scan from here, and you don't have to change anything and leave it that way. It's kind of like a generic statement, but you can actually modify it. When you modify it, it becomes more intentional. And I think the more and more I've learned to use the Healyist, the more intention you are, the better result. So I would invite you to tap on that statement, delete all the wording, and put in something that is very personal to you. So if you just, yeah, delete the whole thing. And it's kind of similar to the coaching module. You can say, I manifest whatever that comes to mind. Okay, I think you need to kind of get out of this screen and go back to, I think you swipe up.
I'm looking for where I kept it.
Okay. I see.
I
You're
am
trying
just
to
going
copy and
to,
paste. Okay.
yeah, copy paste.
That's beautiful. That's fine. Yeah.
Copy, and I go back to
You're a
Healy.
pro. This is fantastic. So you want to
You,
just making sure you.
yeah.
This is great. So this is her personal statement. It could be anything you want. I just did mine. I just keep it very simple. Like, for example, for myself, I said I manifest vitality, love, and connection. That's how I feel like, and I want to be integrating that intention into my scan. So is this okay with you? You're happy with
Yep.
this? Okay,
Yes.
good. So it's all yours. And again, that's just language. Don't worry about getting the perfect word, because when you're doing the scan, what the Healy actually is doing is actually capturing your frequency, your vibration. So it's beyond the word. The word is just to help you to anchor your thought and anchor your focus. Okay. So when you're ready, you just take a deep breath and just start analysis. And it's gonna.
Do I put the include high negative reference
Okay, that's a good
relevance?
question. So I suggest no. The high negative relevance is when you do a report, it will come up with a list of points that is most relevant to you at this point that you can act on in optimizing, restoring your balance. The high negative relevancies is an option, and I usually ignore that. And it's more for advanced users. And here, this is the first, just a quick one. The negative relevancies are more tap into your unconscious. 90% of our mind is unconscious. And for most people, a lot of people, they're just not aware of it. They're not ready to face those unconscious issues. So for the purposes of this session, we're just going to leave it out for now, okay? All right, but if you once you start using it for a while, you can actually select it and then see what's in the negative relevancies, but not today. So we're ready. Take a deep breath, and you start analysis. It will start sending your energy. So it might connect to Healy again because you were going in and out. But let's just start when you're ready.
Okay. So I just put start, and it will reconnect.
Yeah. Because whenever you get in and out of your blue app, then you have to connect to Healy again.
Yeah, the Healy just turned off. It's so much fun.
I know. Focus. And that's done. And then, and just to show everybody here, you can tap on action. And this is the greatest gift I share with my friends. So you go show PDF that you can offer to all your friends. It's a gift. Just do an aura scan for your friend and say, hey, can I practice this new thing I just learned, right? And help them to gain some insight about if your friends are facing a challenge or something, right? What a gift. So this is, I call this aura analysis. Okay, so this whole report will be sent to your friend, and it's basically, if you just do a quick scroll up and down, the report is in a different format, but it's all the point you see here. Okay, that's showing up on the PDF report, right? You can see, as you see, the focus statements on the top is to anchor so you know what you are focusing on, right? And and this is the result, right? And again, I just want to remind everybody, the first time you're using it, for some people, it's very challenging to understand the words. And when you interpret the results, you got to keep in mind, number one, if a point doesn't resonate with you, you can scroll up a little bit, keep scrolling a little bit up.
So number 4 is okay. It's something that I'm working on. I'm
let's just
aware
not go
of it.
there yet. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Scroll up a little bit. Okay, good. You see the little red cross and a little pencil? Okay.
Yep.
If you see a point that completely not resonate with you, you don't understand it, and you cannot act on it, feel free to cross it out. If you tap the cross, then you can delete the point. Okay, if you want to do that. But personally, for me, I never delete anything. See, I just trust the Healy so much, and I just let it vibrate. And hopefully one day I can understand that point. But you do have the option to delete any of the point. You can see that if you can just do a quick scroll up and down, Juliet, you'll see there are many, many points on this report, right? So feel free to read through this and then delete any of the point you don't like, okay? So you can go back to the top.
Wow, it's a long one.
Yeah. So go back to the top again.
Yeah.
And you see next to the cross on the left side is a little pencil mark, right? Show us the little pencil mark. If you tap on that pencil, so for each point that, especially the one that resonates with you highest, tap on that pencil. See the little pencil on the bottom left? Yeah. So this is the part you can really modify it with languages that are suitable for your particular situation. You can actually type additional background information, add additional word on your desired state to make it more personal, because these are generic language that came up with the scan. Okay, so this is just an area you can modify. So you want to get out there, tap on the cross on the top left. Okay, so that's available to you to make it more personalized. So before I interpret this, if you, I'm gonna just share something with you. Actually, if you can scroll up to the top at this point. Okay, because you asked the question about the 4, the 92, and the thing there. So I can give you a quick explanation on that, okay? So the percentage on the left is the same as the resonance analysis of coaching. The percentage, the higher the percentage, the higher the relevance to your situation right now. So when you do a scan, it could be on the resonance scans or coaching, the point that pop up at the top is the highest relevant, and then it go down. And I always say whatever comes up, it's always relevant because it's always coming from a huge database. Even with the coaching, you might have 10, 15 point is out of 1,000 point, right? So I personally like to focus on the top uh, 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 2 to 3 points as the most relevant. But whatever come up with report, some of the point may resonate, so you can just pick and choose. So it's very flexible, okay? When I say most relevant to you is basically our energy shift, our frequency shift from time to time, and imagine yourself like a big onion, right? There's so many layers, you can't peel it all at once, right? So you have to be patient with yourself at different point of your life, different issues, you have different challenges you're facing. You can only peel one layer at a time. So the most relevant one is the one that you should be. The healer is suggesting you should peel up at this moment or this week or something. So that's how I interpret relevance. That just want to be acting on that. Okay, that's the first percentage, right? The second one, the 4, um, that is, it's I think it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically how ready you are to act on that particular point, right? So it's from a scale of 1 to 10. If it is 6 to 10, that means it's something that it's more intense. Yeah, that's called intensity. It's called intensity. So if 6 to 10 is more intense, right? If it's 8, 9, 10 is more intense, that means that that's a point that you can act on and take action on and to improve, uh, like at this moment. If it is from 1 to 4 or 5, it could be something that is not as urgent. It could be something that is in your subconscious that you're not even aware of. That is not you're not even it's not even available for you to access it. So be gentle with yourself. It's a point of 4 that you don't understand it or you're not ready to act on it. It could be something that you don't have to act on at this moment. It's just there. It's still relevant, but it's lower on the intensity. That's what that means. The third one is the D. There's actually D, C, and LM. So I'm going to quickly share a chart just for your reference. So you know, and you can take a screenshot on this one. You can see my chart, right? You can see a screenshot of this one. And there's going to be 3 categories. D for physical, C for mental, emotional type of thing, and then LM for spiritual type of thing. This is how you interpret it. When you have a point that show up on the aura analysis, if it's D, meaning that's something that you did physically, it's in a way of wrongdoing. You did something that is not quite productive or wrong, that's causing, that's in different areas. So depending on if it's D1 up to D1000 up to D, very, very high. So it could be something that you did recently, or it could be, if you go down to the list to the highest level, it could be something your parents did that it carried to you, the trauma, the emotional trauma carried forward to you with your DNA from your parents. Could be your grandparents, could be your ancestor, right? So for example, I'm Chinese. My parents, my grandparents gone through a different type of emotional trauma, and that is part of my DNA, is part of who I am. So when I do the oral analysis, is actually carried with us. So you can imagine different ethnic group, different backgrounds, someone that's raised or they have a uh, um, uh, uh, what is it, the ancestor from the Europe versus someone in Asia, someone versus someone in Africa, can have a different type of aura that carry with them, right? So that just shows you the so-called wrongdoing from the different areas of your life that's causing you to think or behave in a certain way that are affecting your motivation, is affecting your energies, affecting how you see things, your perspective of things. Okay. The second category is mental emotional. That's kind of the result. So the wrongdoing causing the result in the emotional damage, the emotional trauma, the mental thing. So that's what the C is, okay? It's kind of like the cause and effect, okay? And the LM is the deeper level, is the spiritual level, right? It's like almost the wrong, another way to understand it's the wrong belief, right? It could be like, so to give you a drastic example, like if someone got abused when they were a child, or their parents got abused, right? Or have some traumatic experience from a male figure or something, and then how they believe, their belief of a man could be very different. They might feel insecure. They might feel there's a lack of trust. So the spiritual realm is basically uh, certain things that happen causing you have some wrong belief in the spiritual realm, that it's affecting you, that you're caring for it. So you might want to visit that and rebuild and change that uh, belief, right? So that's a snapshot. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and Juliet, can you share your screen again so we can continue to analyze your report? I hope that's helpful.
May, do I go and get in
Y-
again?
yeah, so on your phone, can you share your screen again from your phone so we can see your report?
Okay.
Yeah, because I was just sharing my screen. That's why you can only do one at a time. So when you're reviewing your analysis, it could be like 8 to 10 points, whatever. Keep those markers in mind. And if you don't quite get it, it's okay, right? Be gentle with yourself. That just give you an idea where it come from. Okay, so that's what those things mean. And then when I've been using the heel for 1.5 years, most of the time, honestly, for me, I don't even look at those markers. I just go right into the description, and then I just take whatever I get and I just vibrate frequency. So I keep it at a very simple level. And for new people, I recommend don't keep it too complicated. Don't try to understand everything. Just use it. Okay. So to get started, you can see the top one. It tells you what each point is related to. This one is related to your the energies on your throat chakra. And if you remember, your throat chakra has the lowest energy, right? Remember, Juliet? And because it's the lowest energy, it's the highest relevant on your report because you want to, it's most relevant at this moment that you want to raise your energy. Okay, so it's kind of like the flip, right? One is the lowest scan, but it's the highest relevance. Okay, so it gives you 4 areas, right? The present state description, desired state description. So what it is, it gives you some insight of what's causing it, which is your present state. The present state description is some kind of color. So there's an optimal color, and then I don't go into the color because I'm not an expert at the color. You can go and Google the color, but it tells you the current color, which is off, slightly off from optimal. So as you restore your vibration in this chakra, the color would change. Suppose that's what that means. And the desire state is something that you want to manifest. So by doing that, you will have your present state will improve, your energy will improve. Okay, so the easiest way that I like to do this is to actually start reading the desire state first, where you want to be, kind of like the focus, where you want to get to. And then I go back to read the present state statement. I found that it's the easiest way to do that. You don't have to read the whole thing. If you go to desire state, just read the last line, the bolded text, right? So if I read this one, it says, I say openly and clearly what I have to say and what moves me. That's your desire states, okay? This is the desire state that will optimize your energy in the throat chakra. So I say openly and clearly what I have to say and what moves me. And if you scroll up a little bit, I want to see the last line. Yeah, the description, the desired state description, which is the last line. One's individuality is brought into the world through communication. Okay, now read your present state. The present state says, because the person has learned a spiritualized way of expressing themselves, they do not express what they have to say because of this pattern, but communicate from a higher perspective. Now, I always ask, because this is a personal thing to you, and I don't pretend I get this because my interpretation could be different from yours. And I always say when I do a scan, hey, does this resonate with you? And whatever resonate with you is it, because this is your personalized report. It's not my interpretation. My interpretation is irrelevant. So does this resonate with you, and can you share when you read this, what does this mean to you, Juliet?
Totally.
Can you share, please?
Because I'm a Buddhist, and according to Buddhism, you should not cling on to too much material things because you don't bring it to your next life. But what I'm doing right now with Healy, if I want to share, back of my mind is like, I want to sell. And when I sell, that means it comes to material wealth. And it's like, it is fighting in my head. How do I share it with people and not let, or rather it affects me, no? It's all in my mind. Not make them think, oh, she's very ambitious. Oh, there she is. She's so spiritual. She's praying every day. But there she is trying to sell something. Always trying to say something, and then leads to, because all of us, we need to survive. Come on. Even Buddhist monks needs to eat. So I'm fighting with myself, like, how do I say it in such a way that I feel good? So
I love
sometimes
it. You're bang on. You're bang on because you are very in tune with energies and everything. So you understand how to interpret it. This like resonate with you. That's exactly what this is. This is affecting your throat chakra. The throat chakra has to do with expression, right? And that's how we connect to our community, the people, and how we uh, it's like self-expression, right? So you're low there because you can say your present state is that you do not express what you have to say because of this pattern that you have to stay in this spiritual way and kind of act like a monk, and then that you're not, you basically you just explain that. And so, and I resonate with you because a lot of people in Healy don't understand this, and I want to share this because um, there are people who hesitate to share. 90%, 87% of people who has a Healy love the Healy, but they hesitate to share because you know what? The minute I share, people think I'm trying to sell them things. And they're not really expressing themselves, right? So
yeah,
then it's like they don't do it.
yeah,
I don't want to sell. I'm not into selling, right? And then there are people who pretend that they are, oh, I'm like just about helping, just spiritual, and then they totally ignore the physical side of life, that we need to put food on the table. We have to make a living. I mean, we have to pay our bills. That's real. That's
yeah.
not, there is nothing, well, lack of a better word, that's not the spiritual side. There is the physical side of our living. We have to take care of our well-being. Our body is physical, right? But it's a spiritual. And the thing is, it can coexist. And you have to find the balance. And you need to learn to be authentic. You still have to say it openly, express clearly, right? And so it's a dance, right?
Let me put in one word. I think lately, after using the coach, I found a way to sort of like make myself think. I am doing a favor by sharing with my friends or my family. I am doing them a favor because I found something so amazing and I want to share with them, but I will say I let go the part of like wishing that I will sell it. If I don't, I let go. I'm like, it's okay. It's not their time to accept what I want to share with them yet. But
Yeah.
sooner or
So if you
later,
look at
they'll
the
come around.
word desire state, I say openly and clearly what I have to say and what moves me. What moves me. That's when you're expressing it from an authentic way, right? I mean, you still have to say clearly, openly. And there's no shame. There's no shame of doing Healy as a business, right? And
Exactly.
I can tell you for 1.5 years now, I'm just so passionate. I have a friend that I shared the Healy she'll be using for a year. Finally, she gets it. She starts sharing like crazy. She was like literally doing 10 scan in the last few days. She was all drained and everything, but she just could not stop. She's like thinking 20 Healy 24 hours. But it took her a year to start sharing. So I think everybody have to have a way to become more aware of what's causing is it's affecting your self-expression, it's affecting your throat chakra, it's in some way is affecting the energy. So that's what it is saying. And I love that you're sharing how you're dealing with your own kind of like challenge. And I think everybody have their own way, and you just have to kind of gain the insight. The all analysis is just to give you a glimpse of the insight of the energies, and it's up to you how you can kind of take actions to optimize it so that your life can be more meaningful, that you're not like kind of like not living consciously, not living authentically, right? So this
If I
is good. So
may,
this one resonate with you, right?
yep.
Okay, so next let's just do a couple more. The root chakra. Okay, so again, if I read the desire state, I have deep trust in life and I am well nourished on all levels. And then if you go to the last line of the desire state description is the trust in life gives confidence that life is carrying you. Present state. Food is no longer perceived as a security aspect, but recognized for what it is. That's interesting. You know a little bit about the root chakra, right? The root chakra is the bottom, the
Yeah.
lowest chakra that keeps us grounded. If you remember Joy's presentation, the bottom three chakra is kind of a physical realm, right? That kind of anchor us as a human being, right? And then
Mhm.
the top few chakra are more spiritual, right? We need to balance both our mind, body, and spirit, right? And so your root chakra is it's lower than optimal, and it says here that food is no longer perceived as a security aspect, but recognized for what it is. Um, again, I'm going to do it again. Does this resonate with you when you read this? And again, just take a quick look at the desire state, present state, and your understanding of the root chakra. Does this resonate with you?
I am not very I'm not very clear in this area. Is it that I'm not taking care of my food intake? That I am not feeding
I don't
myself?
know. That's why you have to see. Okay, so again, I can help you a little bit. Again, this is
Uh,
just based on my interpretation. I could be completely off. Okay.
Okay.
Again, if you focus on this desire states, right? It says
Yeah.
that you have a deep trust in life and you're well nourished in all level, right? That has to do with you're nourished in terms of nutrition and taking care of yourself, that kind of thing, right? But
Yeah.
you go to the the present state, right? Food again. When you see language, don't get stuck on a particular word. Food may mean more than just food. It could be the necessity in life that you need to do to nourish yourself. It could be sleep, the way I'm interpreting it. You know what I'm saying? I need sleep. I need rest. I need food, right? So food is no longer perceived as a security aspect, but recognize for what it is. So I guess whatever you're doing to nourish your body, to feed your root chakra, you need to think more about how this is nourishing yourself in all levels, and then not to kind of not what's the word, not
Only thing of
fully embracing the experience.
ah,
Does that make
okay.
sense? Like when you eat food, you can really, even drinking a glass of water. Do you remember the times like you're so thirsty, or you're like drinking the water? Oh my God, that water tastes amazing, right? And it's really nourishing your body. It's a simple thing. Or even taking a deep breath, right? You're going on a hike, and the fresh air, oxygen is like, that's all nourishing us, right? When we're very conscious, living consciously, right? But sometimes you could just miss it. You could be drinking and eating and then completely missing it.
I got it. I
You
got it
got it?
now.
Okay.
I got it. Let me explain. Now I'm in a transition time where I just had COVID 3 weeks ago, and I am actually still having this little cough coming in, and I'm struggling in this sense. Only night I couldn't sleep well. Plus, I am in a hurry, just feeding myself so that I will survive and I won't die. Why? Because I have lost my mate, and we are still trying to find someone to replace her. So now, who is the one who's cleaning, cooking? Hmm? Me.
Yep.
So there I am. I cook. I sit down. I just rush with my food, and then I get on my life. I still have this to do. I have that to do. Plus the some Healy stuffs, and then I have my prayers and one whole list of things to do without any help. So now I am not taking care of my
Yep. So your root
enjoyment of
chakra is
food.
affected, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then if you look at the desire state, I think that the desire state is the best thing. Is just to be consciously living with that, that you're well nourished in all level. And then when you do that, you'll manifest that, right? Then you will start
Mm-hmm.
noticing and really feeding your root chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And then your energy will be restored.
So it's an 8. That means I am ready to take
That
care of it.
exactly. You should be like just something you can take action, and it's very intense. That you
So,
just describe it. Intense meaning
okay.
that you feel it, you know it, that you can actually act on it, take actions, right? Okay, let's just
Mm-hmm.
do one more point. If you scroll up a little bit, again, another one on the root chakra. I'm just going to quickly do this. It says, the desire state, I'm strong and balanced inside. I cultivate a loving and respectful relationship with my colleagues. Last line, the trust in life gives confidence that life is carrying you. Present state, through their need for harmony in their professional life, the person experiences manipulation. That's interesting. Does this resonate with you? Is affecting your root chakra.
Yes.
What can you share?
Manipulation.
You know manipulation, right? You know what that
Yeah, yeah,
means,
yeah.
right?
I'm not going to say who. No
Okay, that's
names.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel comfortable, give us a glimpse a little bit about how this your
Okay.
interpretation of this.
In the I have in Facebook and in Instagram under the name of Juliet Tang Feng Shui. So I've been I have quite a lot of followers also. So that means I am known as a feng shui master.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I am
You
talking
selling the
about
Healy.
telling the Healy, putting the Healy in my pictures,
Yep.
and I being manipulated by outer forces, people that would come and say, "What are you doing?
Oh, I know who that is.
What are you doing? you will lose your credibility with your clients or potential clients, because they say this woman doesn't have a clear view of what she's doing. She's like, one day I am this, then the next day I'm that. Hey, look at me. So I pull back.
Yeah.
I have no voice, like my throat chakra. I have no voice. I have intention. That's why my crown is okay. My third eye is okay. I focus. I know what I want, but I am like being here, not able to express myself fully, because at the back of my head, that person is saying that. Not only one.
And it's affecting your root chakra because now you're feeling uneasy, you're not stable, you're not grounded, you're not solid, and you get shaken a little bit, like you worry. Your
Like,
image, right? Your feng shui master image is being like
yes,
disturbed.
yes. You like, if you're a specialist in a, like you're a surgeon, heart surgeon, you specialize in that. You don't go and the next day you're going to sell Tupperware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, what are you trying to do? So that is my problem.
And then there's a
Manipulation.
connection as well with the throat chakra, because now this is your challenge, is to you really understand your vision and your and all that stuff, your high there, is that you still have to continue to work on your root chakra and your throat chakra, how you can communicate with the world, with your client, with your colleagues, with people in that way, into fully expressing yourself, and then kind of redefine yourself or transform yourself into the next level. And then so people are looking at you, Juliet, what the hell are you doing, right? And so you actually in charge of the throat chakra and the root chakra, so that people can start. And so it might take time. Some people may get you, some people may not get you, and you have to be okay, as long as you're living your authenticity, you're living consciously, and you know you're aligned and you know what you're doing. You don't have to get everybody's validity and approval. You don't have to, because not everybody's going to get you.
Totally.
And that's okay. But you have to be authentic. You have to be okay with yourself. And that way your energies will be restored. And you're transforming, my friend. It's exciting.
Yeah.
This is good. So you totally got it. Amazing. So let's just do one more.
One more. You're getting to know
Oh,
me a
another
lot.
throat chakra. You see the theme here? These are the top. This is the fourth one. 2 on throat and 2 on root. Let's just read this one. I am connected with my inner being and act authentically. Can I look at the last line of the desire state description? One's individuality is brought into the world through communication. And then the present state is the person has learned to imitate their father, so that they often experience being compared to him. For example, through comments such as, you look like your father, or your father would have said that too. Now, let me just, before I say the father, let me explain something. When you see the word father or mother, they don't necessarily meaning like your father. It could be any male figure in your life. It could be your husband, your uncle. It could be God. God is a heavenly father. Okay, so you have to, when you look at this, you have to loosely interpret that way. So in this case, this father, it says he could be your husband, or could be some important male figure in your life. So let's just read this again. This is affecting your throat chakra. The person has learned to imitate their father, so that they often experience being compared to him. For example, through comments such as, you look like your father would have said that too. It's like you're being compared to that. You're being measured against that um, standards. Does this resonate with you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
I know that I represent that person, and I have to check myself. I have to really check myself carefully in my next move, my next my how I present myself, and will I make him proud, or will I really make him lose face? Like in Chinese, we call it lose face.
Yes.
More meaner.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I I'm constantly doing that.
you
Like,
you are also affected how your family sees you, right? And then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, are you, that's why a lot of people don't talk to their family. Like me too, I hesitate to talk to my family about Healy too. Because I'm afraid how they see me too, right? It's like, but if you look at the desire state, right, I'm connected with my inner being and act authentically, right? And this is affecting our throat chakra, right? And so this is a common challenge, and I think it's resonating with the theme we've been talking about all this time, right? Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here. You can read the rest of the report. You have an idea how this thing works. And
Yeah.
then the next thing you can do with the Healy, this is so beautiful. When I offer the scan to my friend, they don't have a Healy, they can actually read this, they can actually meditate over it and start kind of getting insight and restoring their energies in the different chakra, right? But we have a Healy, so we have an added gift and we can actually vibrate a frequency. So if you can just tap on vibrate at the bottom, you can choose to vibrate if you tap on the time anywhere between a few seconds to a few hours. It's up to you, right? And you can just vibrate like a few times a day, or you can vibrate continuously. Some people would just vibrate before they go to sleep, and then for the whole 9 hours. It's up to you how you use it. Okay, if it's keeping you up, then you might not want to do that. So just experiment in different way, right? And one of the way to use this is to do 37 seconds for 6 to 8 times. It's kind of like a quick way to send quick burst of energies like that to kind of spark to kickstart your intention, right? Like all these points we just read these statements, and when you do that, you kickstart the energy out there, the intention. You're asking for the intention, and then after that could be for 2 or 3 times a day. You can do 3 minutes in the beginning of the day to set your intention, and you can use this as long as you want. You can use it for a few days or maybe a few weeks. It's up to you how long or how fast you need. You can do a next scan maybe in a few days, and like that. So there's no like rigid way of doing it. You just tailor made and use it what you want. So I just want to explain, you see the red line and the blue line. So Healy is amazing. It continuously capture your vibrations and analyze it and feed you what you need. So it's a real-time process, eh? You can just do that again. It's a real-time process to feed you the energy. So then one of the way you like to do is, as you can see the bolded green text, those are the affirmations, kind of like those are the desire state statement, right? By being really intentional and make and claim it, right? And you can attract, and this is what you desire, this is what you desire, you really manifest that really, so you can see that, right? So you can actually read that, and then you can, it's almost like stamping it on your in your head, being intentional. And after you do that, you can just vibrate it. You can be, you know, going to sleep or doing your gardening or cooking or meditating, doesn't matter. You don't have to be consistently looking at this. Does this make
And
sense?
May, question. Um, is this very similar to coach?
Yeah, it's the same thing. But this
Okay.
is this one is built on the chakra, right? The aura
Oh,
and chakra database, right? The code is a separate database, right? That map into our emotional balance, family relationship. They're more like different way of carrying out your life, right? So give you, I like the coach because the coach is so easy for the regular people who are not into chakra and not wow wow woo type of healer. I like the coach. So actually one of the hack I do for myself is based on my aura analysis. I look at my desire state and I would kind of intentionally take on those desire state and then into crafting my focus statement and put it into the coach. So that is my focus. And then the coach will give me actionable item in terms of emotional balance or self-worth or whatever. So that I have a different report. So I use it together.
ah, okay.
Does that make
So
sense? Yeah.
Yes, makes sense. There's
So
another
now that you
question.
know that you're a little, you want to work on your throat chakra and your root chakra based on what we discussed, you might want to rewrite your focus statement, do another coach scan, and that will give you specific pointers to how to kind of further enhance your personal growth or whatever you want to work on.
One more question. The focus that I put in aura, can I put it in the same for
Of
coach?
course, it's up to you. This is
Okay.
your baby. You use it whatever way you want. Don't be
Okay.
too. See, a lot of people say, "Can I do this or what?" No, it's okay. Whatever you do, it whatever you want. It doesn't hurt. Experiment because there you will know. You will soon find out there's a huge community, global. We have a beautiful global community, right? And you have all these people doing it different way. Don't feel that you're using it wrong because there's no such a thing. If it works for you, serves you, that is the right way. Keep doing it and just
One more
try different
question.
things.
One more question. For my feng shui, let's say I'm cleansing the energy and the aura of a house. Can I use aura?
You can do that. You can set a profile, take a picture of that house, and then you know how you when you set a profile, you can pick a person, an animal, other,
Yeah.
a building. There's a category for building. You can totally do that. You can scan the aura of the house and you can do all that. You can use the coach to do exactly the same thing as well. And you can actually use I Ching. So you want to stop, we'll just do a quick run through on I Ching. Just stop this right now. Just press this. Yeah, you get out. You can just do a quick scan for you on the I Ching. I'll go to resonance analysis. Yeah, pick your. You can pick your name, or you can set a profile. If you're doing I Ching on a house, you can set a profile for a house, and you just go to the bottom, find I
Mm,
Ching. See I Ching, and do
yeah.
a scan right now. Put your finger there. So right now we're scanning you, right? And then so you can and then you can set a profile for anything. So if you're doing a house or anything, like my friend, she loves I Ching. She always say, "Ah, my phone's not working. My computer's not working." Take a picture of your computer. Take a picture of your phone on and do I Ching. And they do that. The computer's working now. The phone is working now. Many times,
How,
I'm telling you, I Ching is amazing. It's so much
how long do
fun.
I have to run the I Ching?
Hold on, I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Still
it's the
scanning.
same. It's the same. Basically, for all the different module in the Blue app, you run as much as you want. You can do 37 seconds. You can do a few hours. Some people run I Ching. You know how they do it in the Chinese community? They run it overnight. They just set the intention. They do the scan and they run it all night long for 9 hours. That's one of the application. So again, so with the I Ching, it will give you the different point, and then you can just be conscious. You can just quickly read this, and then when you vibrate it, then you can uh, uh, understand the scan, the I Ching, and then um, um, just basically manifest from the flow of that, and you can change your situation. It's not rigid. It's not like dead cat cast in stone that maybe you're not lucky or whatever. It's not like that. The I Ching the I Ching scan with the Healy is really flexible. You can actually just work with it, and then you can actually change and change your situation.
Question.
Yeah,
I Ching in feng shui, it is actually divination.
yeah,
Like
they're
you
all
divine.
connected. They're all connected. Yeah.
Oh,
They all you can go into more details in online and if you look at I Ching feng shui is there's a very close connection. Don't ask me, I'm not the expert here. And the way I use it, honestly, I don't even read the report. I do the scan, I just set my intention. I might quickly I take a quick review of the points and I just vibrate
yeah.
and just experiment it. People,
Yeah.
I have a friend, her condo because of COVID, it didn't rent out for like 9 months, and she did the I Ching on her condo. It rent out the next day. Literally, we get and she did it on her cat. She lost her cat. She did I Ching, and initially they worried about what's happening to the cat. And then when they did the second scan, it says something that basically gave them the comfort the cat found a new home and told the cat not to worry about it and just move on with her life, something like that. So I don't know. There's just all these stories about how people use I Ching and gain insight about basically where life takes you and how you go with the flow, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm getting more and more comfortable with Healy to incorporate in my job, my profession, is because it has a lot to do with the Chinese culture, the Chinese medicine, like the meridian, you have it for the acupuncture. The I Ching is something to do with the feng shui part, and the aura and the chakra and all this, because it is actually an old science, an
Yeah,
ancient science, and is now putting into this quantum
yeah,
energy, a quantum tool for people who had not studied.
yeah.
They do
Okay,
not
I
know it.
do have to end this soon. I want to say a few words before I end this. You totally got it. And I think is there's so much that Healy has to offer. I always constantly explain to people, I only use 10% of the program. There are people use I Ching, some people use Coach, some people use Aura, use whatever. Buck flower remedies, creative homeopathy. They're all great. So use whatever you need to. You don't have to use everything. You don't. Play with it, find whatever work with you. Some people just run the Go cycle. That's all they use. And they're getting amazing mega results just using one program. The release is one of the so things like that. So just keep playing with it. But I just saw a point here. I want to point to your attention at this point. You see here the criminal trial here. It says symbolize endurance power and may indicate a time of resistance adjustment. And you see, when you read this, it also resonates with you, right? Just the aura scan we just kind of did with you, how you need to kind of navigate through your life with all these adjustments that you have to kind of work with. And so you will see that you can do different using the different program to help you to enrich your life, basically. Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna end the session now, and we can, and then if you see this recording, please reach out to your friend and ask for a free scan and discover the healing. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you,